So this is what the demo curriculum is. So we'll start off with the introduction, followed by this one by one. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. As I said, Qlikview is a business discovery tool. Rather than calling it as a business intelligence tool, people prefer calling it as a business discovery tool. Qlikview was developed by a company called Qliktech, and it was founded in 1993 in Sweden. And the first version of Qlikview was named as Qlikview, that is Qlikview. So, and the first version of Qlikview was having only two charts. One is a bar chart and a pie chart. So from that they started working on different versions, and right now Qlikview 11.2 SR6 is the current version which is being used in the market. And in the next upcoming, within a couple of months, Qlikview 12 will be introduced. Okay, and this is the basic introduction about how they spread across the world. So they have around 26,000 customers across the globe, and they have a very good customer rate. And in India, it is having around 700 plus customers, and globally they have around 1,500 partners with Qlikview, such as almost all the MNCs in India across started using Qlikview, including car manufacturing company, as you said, medical. GE is one of the very big client using this Qlikview for the past 4 or 5 years. And Qlikview has been registered in the NASDAQ, and it has previously the name of Qlikview was in the name of Qlikview. Now the company has changed its name as Qlik. So now Qlikview will be named as Qlik here afterwards. So yeah, see this one. In early 2000, right? So whenever in our early 2000, whenever we go for a search engine, like then it was like Yahoo. If it was a smartphone, then it was a BlackBerry. If it was a CRM, it was Siebel. And if it is going to be any business intelligence tool in early 2000 or 2002, 2005, it was like SAP or Oracle was dominating the entire market. But now after 2010, the entire trend has been changed, or even 2008 we can say. So if it is going to be a search engine, then it's Google has been Google. If it's a smartphone, then it's Apple. CRM, it's Salesforce.com. Whereas it business intelligence, it comes to Qliktech here. So what does all the companies have in common? They have their simplicity. Simplicity is common here. Okay. So with when we come to Qlikview, it is having few advantages when compared with other technologies. One is Qlikview is an associative business intelligence tool, and the next one is Qlikview is an in-memory tool. Okay, as I say, in-memory, right? Qlikview stores once the application is opened, Qlikview automatically saves the data or automatically stores data into the RAM. So whenever the end user wants to perform any calculations, okay, on the fly, if he's performing some click, such as if he's selecting some country as India, the month as October and the year as 2010, so automatically on the fly the calculations are performed, and it is very much faster when compared with saving in the hard disk. It is much more faster. Okay, so this is one of the best technology with Qlikview. And what is the reason why people love using Qlikview? It is giving us instant results, and it is very easy to use, and it is having a very good interface, and it allows the end user or the developer to perform a very complex analysis in a simple way. And sorry?
Yeah, I have one doubt here.
Yeah.
If my data is present at the activity level, means at a vulnerability is at day level. In Qlikview, do I need to aggregate while loading the data? Do I need to aggregate at the month level and then show the report, or I can load at the day level itself?
Yeah, you can do that. We have an option for drill down here. Okay, if you have a data in a day level.
This is a good one. Senthil, what we're trying to put is in systems like OPI, if you work in BI, you know that there is always aggregation to make sure that we have the data at the aggregate level. We aggregate the data at the month level for a faster access. The question here is, in Qlikview, since it's an in-memory computing tool, do we need to aggregate it at a month level during the load of data into the system, or can we just keep the data at day level and and let the in-memory computing to do an aggregate and show it at the UI, and then you can drill down. So if you do an aggregated month level, then you cannot drill down to day level because the data is not there in the system. In Qlikview, what is the standard practice? Do we keep it at the most granularity, and since the system is powerful and it can do it, or do we do an aggregation even here?
No, normally we do it in the granular level itself. So in the scripting itself, we'll be able to do all the calculations, all the ETL all the ETL activities can be done in the script level itself, so that it will simplify the need in the end user level.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just show you.
Let's go forward.
I'll just show you how to do that.
Yeah. We'll go like continue with the presentation. We'll reach when we'll get there. The questions will early. We will get there. Yeah.
No, I'm not able to get you.
We will take that question up after some time in this presentation, because I think now we're just starting off, right? It's a little too early.
No, I'll just whatever question you asked, right? I have an example for that. So I'll just load the data and I'll explain you how it is going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not now, right? Now you're continuing with the PPT, right?
Yeah, I'll be taking it up in another 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, great. Continue. Sorry.
Okay. So in the major advantages with Qlikview is Qlikview can consolidate the data from any data sources. Either it may be your Excel or it may be any database. Even I'll be able to pull the data from SAP data source or Salesforce.com or Salesforce CRM. Whereas provided for SAP and Salesforce, there's a separate connector which is available, which is called SAP connector and Salesforce connector. Using that, I'll be able to pull the data from multiple data sources, and I'll be able to perform all the calculations whichever I need for my business use. Okay, and within Qlikview, there's a particular search object which is available, and it's like very much easy for the end user to find out what kind of data you want to search. And as I told, Qlikview is like one of the topmost technology in visualization. Qlikview has an inbuilt of 13 charts, whereas in the next version of Qlikview they have planned to make it as 16. And apart from this, we'll be able to add some new charts using some extension objects also. Okay, and I was saying about the associative technology, right? The main difference between the traditional BI tool and Qlikview is it's the associative logic. Whereas in traditional BI solutions, there is a predefined path which is set to navigate and explore the data. But in Qlikview, it doesn't matter. So Qlikview allows the user to take whatever route they want. So that is called the this is very much initiative way to explore the data. And Qlikview it itself describes them as working the way your mind works. Okay, so this is what Qlikview do. And apart from,
there's a question there for the associative thing. We really don't have to do anything, right? Once a QWD file is loaded, it's loaded in that way. So what you're basically talking here is, if you have a list of objects, what you select and how the highlighting changes is all controlled by Qlikview. We as developers also does not have to do anything extra to get this, right?
no, there are few things which has to be taken care by the developer side, because there are few associations which has to be made.
Okay.
Like renaming a column to make both the table have the same common column name. So these kind of minimal level of data tuning should be done from the developer end.
Okay.
If the data is not structured, okay, sometimes if you have a very good structured database, then it is you don't want to do any changes. Whereas in some scenario, there will be your data might not be very structured. In one place you will be having a column name as EMP ID, whereas in another table you will be having a column name as employee ID. Correct?
Yeah.
So in that scenario, Qlikview doesn't know how to relate that. As a human, we know, okay, EMP ID and employee ID is same, but the system cannot recognize what is this EMP ID and what is this employee ID.
Okay.
So in that kind of scenario, we have to either rename one column name which is matching with that.
Okay.
So this kind of small level of tuning will be needed in the developer end.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one main important thing why the business user will like Qlikview. Okay, business by seeing the Qlikview presentation or Qlikview charts, the user will be able to forecast how his sales was. In the last 2-3 months, I am not performing well. So if this is going to be a scenario, what will be my profit? Or you can see the trend from 2007 to 2015. So how I have been proceeding here, and you can do what if scenario also. Consider if my profit is, if my sales is increased by 25%, so what would be my profit? So these kind of what if scenarios can be performed by the end user. So these are the more advantages when compared with other technologies. And we can create a self-service dashboard for the end users. And Qlikview mobile. So right now in the market, like almost all the technology, I won't say that Qlikview only has this particular capability, but almost all the technologies have been started using this particular concept in the mobile. So whenever you create an application, once it is completed and it has been deployed into the server, the management or the guy, those who want to see his reports or his dashboard, they don't want to use the desktop or anything. So they'll be given a particular URL, whereas they can log in using their credentials, and they can start using their dashboard. So I was saying about the third-party extensions, right? So using Qlikview, you can integrate Google Map into your Qlikview applications, and you can integrate this Google with your Microsoft SharePoint, and I can use a number of third-party extensions to integrate with Qlikview to make my charts more flexible and attractive. So these are the different options available within Qlikview. So easier to use. So there are a number of objects available within Qlikview, and it is like very much flexible for the end users as well as the developers.
Senthil, for
Yeah.
Qlikview, do we have an app for that, or we have a mobile site?
No. There is no kind of app, nothing. So once if you deploy it in your server, right, Qlikview server, we have to configure the IP address, right? Normally normally each and every organization will have their internal IP, right?
Okay, means if a user wants to access from mobile, then link we have to provide it, they will access.
Yeah. So they can just access that particular mobile app. Sorry, they can just access their URL, and it will be asking for a username and a password. Once if he is authenticated, then he will be able to see the application in his mobile itself. Okay.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
And this is like very much faster. The reason is Qlikview is in memory, and we have a concept called QVD inside Qlikview, which is called as a Qlikview data file. The reason why we are saying as QVD is, so Qlikview automatically convert all the data into the, we have to write a specific scripts for that, and once if it is ready, Qlikview automatically compresses the data and save it in the format of QVD. And this is one of the best practices which each and every developer should follow. Consider if you have a data of around 1 GB, and if you are converting your data to QVD, it will be around 400 MB approximately, I am saying.
Okay.
So have you ever tried of converting your database or your data tables into QVD?
Yeah, we tried Excel files and all. It was much smaller. Yeah.
Sorry?
We tried. Our data sources were some Excel files, which were having some Excel file which became a very small once the QVD file was created.
Okay. And this is what Qlikview is, why Qlikview is unique and in-memory associative technology.
So can you go back?
Having,
Sorry, can you go back to the enterprise? Can you go back to the enterprise one? Can you go back a couple of slides? There was a slide which is talking about enterprise.
yeah, this one.
Before that,
I don't know. Yeah, enterprise manageability. Yeah, can you just okay? Metadata tags and comments. Separation.
Yes.
Separation.
See, whenever whenever you deploy your application, right, into your server,
Okay.
whatever, suppose if you are doing some analysis on a particular chart, okay, and if you want any clarification on the chart, you can straight away write your comments on that chart. There is an option to write your comments, and you can send it to the end user who wants to, where you want to discuss. So these kind
Okay.
of comments and discussing on a chart within the same interface can be done.
Okay.
And
Sorry? Continue, sir. Continue, sir.
yeah, and Qlikview as a the place where we do all our scheduling, reloading, and everything, that is called your Qlikview management console. The Qlikview management console will be taking care of all your application needs, so such as your reload activities, triggering. So all those options will be captured in this Qlikview management console. And this logging also can be done whenever your file is reloaded, right? It is always a best practice to keep a log. So these kind of options are available in your Qlikview management console.
Okay.
So here comes I was saying about it easily consolidates multiple data sources. So your data might be from any data source. You'll be able to load your data, and once if you load, it will be stored into the in-memory, and from in-memory you'll be able to perform whatever analysis you want to do. Okay, so this is how the Qlikview works. Whereas in traditional BI approach, there is a database or any other data sources, then the ETL activity has to be performed, then you have to load it into your data warehouse, and then if it is going to be a cognos, then a cube will be created. If it is going to be a business object, then a universe will be created on top of the data warehouse. Then you have to do all your analysis. Suppose if there is any change, again you have to come back to the data, and then again your ETL process has to be loaded, and again it has to be loaded into the data warehouse. So again it's a very big process, whereas in Qlikview it's kind of agile, whereas here it takes more amount of time to do all these activities. Okay, so this is one main difference between a traditional BI and a Qlikview.
Okay.
Okay, settle one thing.
Yeah.
See, if you want to connect Qlikview to SAP system, do we need a driver for that?
Yeah, we need a separate connector for that.
Okay.
There is
And
a
that
separate connector called SAP connector.
Okay.
That is a licensed connector. That is not an open source.
Okay.
That is a that's a particular SAP connector is a licensed. It is a licensed software, and it cost around 25,000 US dollars, I guess.
25,000 users per year.
I guess, but I'm not sure about that. But it's pretty costly when compared with other connectors.
Okay.
Okay.
We have an option to connect with SAP through that SAP connector.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So these are the different clients who are using Qlikview in India. Fine.
Okay.
Coming to the architecture part, what is Qlikview architecture? Shall I go ahead?
Yeah, please.
So Qlikview server, and here comes the Qlikview desktop. This is your Qlikview publisher, and this is going to be a data. So what does this Qlikview developer do? Actually, this Qlikview developer is our Windows-based desktop machine. Using this Qlikview desktop, it's a Windows-based machine. It's a Windows-based application, and it will be we can create our charts and graphical representations using this particular Qlikview desktop. Apart from that, there is no use of Qlikview desktop. And this Qlikview publisher takes care of all your reloading activities and reducing the data and distributing the Qlikview documents. Okay. Sometimes in real scenario, there might be some jobs which will be scheduled or triggered by the external events. So these kind of activities will be taken care by this Qlikview publisher. And few companies, some smaller companies, right, they won't have a Qlikview publisher. In that kind of scenario, Qlikview server will take care of this Qlikview publisher activities, such as the reloading activities. Okay?
Okay, so there's just one doubt here, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to create a report based on data which is there in one of my Oracle databases, okay?
Okay.
Now I will use my desktop machine, okay?
Uh-huh.
And create this report, and then will I publish it in the server? That's how the development flow works, right?
Correct.
So you will also be taking us through one of these examples to make sure that how it is done.
Sure. I don't have a Oracle installed in my machine, but I'll be explaining you how to connect with Access database.
Yeah, that is fine. In any database, any server database, for example, that's a database server is somewhere else, right? So how do I create a basic simple report and deploy it in my server so that the users can start using this dashboard to access the report?
No, see, but in this particular demo session, right? It's not a. I don't have a server with me, so I'll be taking you to how to connect with your with Access database through ODBC and OLEDB. Through both the connectivity, I'll be explaining it.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So you basically don't have a Qlikview server where you can deploy the demo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
But for the actual training, will you have a Qlikview server?
I think you people should be having it, right? Because in the training we can't provide that, right? At least you should be having some test server, right?
We are in process of acquiring it. I think that it's scheduled on first. By that time by that time we'll have a test server. Yeah.
If we have a test server, then it should be fine. No problem.
Yeah. We'll make sure that by the time we get you here, you'll have the test server. Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just allocate some 2 hours or for that for the Qlikview admin pack, and I'll take you through that there.
Yes. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So as I was saying about this Qlikview publisher, right? This will be taking care of your reloading activity, reducing activity, such as like in real time scenario, what happens is we might reduce the data. Suppose if a manager from a north region, right? If he is logging in, so he wants to see only the north region data. Correct. We people will be. I don't want to show my client's data to him, right?
So data security basically.
Data security. So that is what reducing is here, and distributing the Qlikview documents, such as per your requirement, right? Sending your PDF reports to multiple people, or emailing your PDF reports. So these kind of activities will be done by this Qlikview publisher. Okay. And next comes the Qlikview server. So this is like centralized server which can load all the Qlikview documents into the memory. And Qlikview server acts as a mediator between the Qlikview desktop and the client, and it stores all the all the data into the RAM. So this is what the Qlikview architecture is. So it mainly have 3 components. One is Qlikview developer, Qlikview publisher, and the Qlikview server. Okay. And there is another small component which is called as a Qlikview access point. So once you develop your application, once it is published into the server, the end user will be logging in through a web portal, right? So that is called as a Qlikview access point. Clear?
Client machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Now I'll just take you through a work cycle or a life cycle of how does Qlikview, what is the life cycle of a Qlikview application.
Okay.
As a developer, we create an application. Once the application is created, it will be deployed to the Qlikview publisher. Once it is done, the document is reloaded there. Then a personalized copy of the document will be created. On top of that, the securities whichever we need to give from the server end will be given to this document. Then the document is distributed to the Qlikview server. You can see this. The document will be available for the online analysis now. Now, as the end user, the clients will be trying to logging into the machine. So now the end user is trying to log into the machine. Whenever he is logging in, the user credentials will be checked over there. That is a username and a password. And if he is eligible or if he is authenticated to see that, then the entire document will be shown for him. Then the client will analyze the document, and if there is any changes or any feedback, if it has to be given, then it will be given to the developer. Then the particular document will be again enhanced, and again it will go through this particular life cycle. So this is what the entire life cycle of a Qlikview application. Okay.
It is saying the personalized copy of the document is created, but what does personalized copy means?
So in the Qlikview server, right, whenever we are publishing, right, so there will be a copy, a backup of a particular file will be created inside this server. We'll be defining a path where this particular, where we want to save our file. So this kind of a copy will be created.
The QVD file that you're talking about, right?
No, not the QVD file. It is a Qlikview application file, QVW file.
Okay. Okay. Basically, what basically help you render the charts onto the web server?
Correct.
Okay.
So there, even on top of that, the security will be applied to the document.
So basically, there will be one QVD file and one QVW file, and security will be applied on the fly to this. There will not be separate files created for each user, right?
No, there won't be separate users, separate files. Only one file.
Okay.
So these are the different types of server which are available within Qlikview. Any idea what kind of server you are going to?
Here we have an enterprise edition.
Okay, fine.
We are starting off with 75 users, trying to go up to 1,000 users in another 1 year if the pilot goes down.
Okay. So these are the different server available: enterprise edition, small business edition, and test server. So these are the different CALs available. CALs in the sense it's a client access license. So there are different CALs: named CAL, document CAL, usage CAL, session CAL. Okay, I'll explain one by one now. A document CAL allows only one user to open a Qlikview document. Okay, so that is applicable for only one document. And document CAL, I guess one document CAL is around $230, I guess. And session CAL is like it allows the computer, it allows one user to access a particular document, and the minimum time is 15 minutes. So normally when we use the session CAL is, suppose if we want to give our application for the third party testing, right, then we use the session CAL and usage CAL. Okay. And the usage CAL gives the end user, it is like it is a 28 period of license. So 28 days I'll be able to use this particular license. And normally in larger organizations, right, they used to give this particular usage CAL for the third party for their testing purposes.
Okay.
So this is what I was saying about in the architecture itself. So this particular part is going to be my data, different data sources. As a developer, I'll be able to develop my application. So Qlikview publisher, it reloads, distribute and publish the document, and the access point is a place where the end user will go and log into the browser and he'll be able to see his dashboard. And the different clients, right, in what are the ways I'll be able to see my application. I can use a iPhone, I can use PDF, I'll be able to see my report using PDFs, I can use any mobile or handheld devices, or I can use any Ajax plugin. So these are the different ways I'll be able to see my application.
Okay. Then Qlikview access point come with the enterprise edition, or separately we have to purchase?
No, it will be a component of enterprise edition.
Okay, and publisher also.
Yeah, Qlikview publisher is a component of enterprise edition.
So all the emailing and all the tasks will be handled by Qlikview publisher.
Yeah. So Qlikview publisher, if you go for an enterprise edition, right, all the activities can be managed within the Qlikview publisher itself.
And
like reloading.
If we are going for a dedicated environment, our servers will be hosted within our network. Okay.
And one more advantage with going for an enterprise edition, right? if you are going for a small business edition, we will not get a chance to integrate our application with SAP.
Okay.
I'll
That's fine.
execute that.
Our system is an Oracle database, but one point that I have is, so since we are going to have our users created, server in our environment, how would Qlikview as an organization validate the number of users that we have created and not? We have control over the number of users, right? The license will be controlled.
License will be controlled. So there are n number of, it doesn't mean if you are buying a server, you can n number of users can be logging in, right? So you will be buying a license. On top of that, we need to buy licenses for document cal or usage cal, session cal. We will be buying licenses separately.
And okay, basically the server will hit their server internally and validate the licenses. Okay, fine.
Correct.
Continue.
Yeah. So here, this is what the Enterprise Edition do. Qlikview Enterprise Edition is available for customers who are looking for a large number of users and integrate into enterprise environments. Here, there is no limited that only this much documents has to be given. It is having it can accommodate n number of documents, and n number of cal types can be given, and I'll be able to do a server-based collaboration. So server-based collaboration in the sense, suppose I was saying about that, right? Suppose if you are not clear about a particular chart, and if you have any queries on that, you can write your comments there itself, that I'm not clear with this. So these kind of collaborations can be done in the Enterprise Edition. Okay. And the integration with third party also can be done using this Enterprise Edition, and clustering also can be done within this Enterprise Edition. Whereas there are a number of restrictions within Small Business Edition, whereas you'll be able to use only a few documents.
Yeah, I don't think it's not relevant to us. We can skip this.
Okay. I think then this is also not needed for you. Whereas in test server, right, behind each and every chart, there will be a watermark named as test to denote that it's a test server. Sorry. Sorry?
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So this is what the basic PPT tells about. Now we'll start loading our basic data and we can start exploring it. Fine?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Fine. Yeah. Before that, I'll just take you to a small. Yeah, consider this is going to be a dashboard. Okay. Consider this is a dashboard. Whenever we create a dashboard, right, there is some basic structure or best practices which we have to follow. So I'll just say a basic best practices, like where our filters have to be placed and everything. So I'm just trying to split my.
Yeah, got it. Please continue.
I'm just splitting my chart like this. Okay. Here in the top level, you'll be using your filters such as year, quarter, month, day, all those filters. Here will be a logo, company logo. Here the other dimensions or the filters which we will be using it in our application. Suppose as you are saying, it is going to be for your sales, right? Here comes region, country, salesperson, products. So this kind of filters we'll be using it here. Okay.
Okay.
And whenever we create a chart, whenever we create a dashboard, there is a basic principle. Our dashboard should be created on a principle of DAR, which is D stands for dashboard, A for analysis, R for report. Okay. The reason why this DAR has to be followed, right? Dashboard. I don't want, if it is, normally a dashboard will be seen by the top level managements, right? Hello?
Yes, agree.
Yeah. So whenever a top level management is seeing a dashboard, by seeing the first page, they should be able to understand whether my company is performing good or not. Okay. So that is the reason you can either name it as dashboard or decision. So based on your first sheet, they should be able to come to a decision whether I am performing good or performing bad, and whether it's going to be any domain, either if it's a sales, retail, marketing, finance, insurance, anything. There will be some certain KPIs which will be followed for each and every domain. So those KPIs should be given into the first page, whereas it attracts the business users to determine themselves of where we are when compared to last month. So these kind of decisions has to be taken in the first page itself. Next comes the analysis part. Analysis. So we have told them that you are performing good in this area and you are not performing good in this area. So we have to give them a provision to analyze in which area they are not performing good. So next comes the analysis part, and next is the reporting part. And one main advantage with Qlikview is you don't want to create 10-20 reports. I can create one report which will be used for n number of reports. That is what we call it as a ad hoc reporting. I'll just list out the dimensions. I'll be able to list out the n number of measures. The end user will come, just select the dimensions which you want, click the report which you want, export it to Excel, and you can do his analysis. Okay? Ryan?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Clear with this? Shall I proceed?
Yes.
Fine. Now we'll start creating the data in the same way, and we'll start exploring. I'll start off with the sales data first, as you are with sales, right? So I'll start with the sales example. So this is going to be your opening screen, and you will be aware of how to load your data and everything, right? So to load your data or do any or to write any script, we'll be writing it in the script editor. The script editor can be opened through File, Script Editor, Edit Script, or you can use a shortcut called Control E. I'm just going to the Edit Script here.
Can you show us sample data that we are going to use? Can you just take us through
Yeah,
the
I'll
data?
show you now. I'll show you now. So this is very basic data, not very complex data, because for demo purpose we use. But using this, we'll be able to find we'll be able to create a number of charts. So this is going to give you a sales data, the sales details, and this will give you a customer details. And we have other
orders.
Sorry?
We got customers and orders. Orders placed by the customer.
Correct. Orders placed by the customers, and the employees, those who were involved in that particular sales.
Employee ID. Okay. Fine. We do not, but we just have the employee ID reference. We do not have the employee details.
No, we don't have employee. We have only employee ID and employee name.
That's fine. Cool.
Okay. Now we'll start exploring this. So to load our Excel file, we normally use table files. Just select table files. I'm just going to load my sales table. I'm just going to, I have two sheets here. One is order and customer. First I load my order table. So these are the columns which are available in this. I'm just loading my file here. whenever it's a best practice to give a name for your table. I'm just giving it as orders followed by a colon. I'm saving my file.
Sandeep, you're too fast.
Sorry.
The screen is taking a lot of time to refresh. So you basically loaded your code order Excel file, right? That's all what you
Again, sorry.
No. We have done these loads. It's okay. You basically loaded the order Excel file into the system, right?
Correct.
And in the order, you have to just have the same. Okay, I got it. We got it.
So I've just loaded a basic order table, nothing more than that. I'm just loading the table. I'm giving a name for the table. It is always a best practice to give a name, because in real time we'll be using n number of functions like interval match, apply map. In that kind of scenario, if we are not having a table name, then it will go for a toss.
Okay. Yeah. Understand. Continue.
So I'm just giving a table name here. Now I'm saving my file. Before reloading your file has to be saved. I'm just saving my file named as demo1. I've saved my file. I'm reloading my file. See, whenever I'm loading my file, I'll be able to see. So this is what the files has been loaded. I have 2,172 records which has been loaded here. Okay. I'm just closing this. To check what data has been loaded into your file, we have a table viewer concept here. Table viewer which shows the table here. Just click on the table viewer. I'll be able to see the rows which has been, the number of rows which has been loaded here. So I have loaded 10 fields, just such as we have 10 columns in this table. I've just closed this. Now, sorry, if you want to, in this particular table, there is a order date column. Okay, we have a column for order date. Now we'll see how to find the year, month, quarter from that. Okay, now I'm just going to find year of that particular date. Year of order date as year, which is very similar to as what we do it in SQL or something, like month. So these are the inbuilt functions which are available within Qlikview. Order date as month. If you want to find out which day it is, then we can use weekday. Such as if you want to find whether it's a Monday, Tuesday or something else, then we can use this weekday. Order date as week. If you want to find out which quarter does it belongs, then we can use Q, which denotes quarter, and I'm appending that with. I'm appending this with this particular seal. Seal is going to give me a round off of that value, month of order date. Sorry?
No, I will buy 12, right?
I'm not able to hear you. I'm just dividing by 3.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm just writing it as quarter. So what it will give is, it will just, this particular part, this will give you the quarter, such as 1, 2, 3 or 4. I'm just appending this value with this Q.
Okay.
So it will give us Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4.
Yeah, got it. So, okay. Yeah.
Now I'm saving my file. I'll reload my file now. If you want to see what data is present here, you can just preview it. You'll be able to see here. Clear? I have taken from order date, I have taken year, month, quarter and week, which day it belongs to.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Now, as I said you before, right, I have to start creating the filters, which is year, month, quarter and everything. We'll start loading that. So within Qlikview, there are n number of objects available. To start off, we'll start with the list box. The use of list box is using this list box, we can filter the data. Okay. First, I'll just add a list box. To add a list box, you can just right click, new sheet object, option called list box here. Okay. Or you can use it through the icons which are available here. Here there will be a number of fields which are available. So from here I'll take year. It will list down all the year which is available. Now I've taken year. Next I want to take, I'm adding a new filter called quarter. Next I'll add a filter called month. Next I'll add filters like week. See, if I'm going to create like this, right, it is going to take huge amount of space. It is consuming huge amount of space. Now I want to make this more presentable. Okay, now what I'm going to do is right click on your list box, right click, go to properties. In a presentation tab, I have option here. Now it is displayed in a single column. I don't want to display it in a single column. Just disable this. Just disable this order by column. Here I can just give how many columns you want to show. Now I have given 5 columns, so it is showing in this particular order. Same like I am doing it for quarter. Go to properties, presentation. So this is like default. We will be having only 4 quarters, so I can give it as 4. Month, properties.
So can't we have a drop down? Is it possible to have a drop down selection?
Sorry?
Can we have a drop down where user can select near? Is it possible?
Yeah, we can. It is like if we are adding a multi-box, right? Then we can do it. I'll show you how to do that also. Okay.
Yeah.
I've given a fixed number of columns as 12. I'm just placing it here. Week. So now I've given everything like this. But if you want to show it as a multi-box, there is an option here. But the one major advantage with multi-box is if you are having different products, like if you have multiple dimensions to work on, then we'll be going for a multi-box. To create a multi-box, right click on your empty sheet, go to properties, new sheet object. There's an option called multi-box here. Here I can load whatever I want. I'll load year, quarter, month, week. I'll just give a name as period, so that I'll be able to see like this. You can select from here. Okay.
Okay.
So this option is also available here. And as I said, right, it is always preferable to have a search object inside your application. The reason why is, suppose if you are having a huge amount of data, normally as your company the presence is worldwide, so you will be having a huge amount of data, and it will be very difficult for the end users to search what is happening. So I can create a search object, new sheet object, search object here. It is always advisable to have all fields. You can search in all the fields. I just selected all fields. I'm just keeping my search object on right hand side. You can keep it in right side or in your left side, whichever is preferable for you. Now to make it more presentable, I'm just going to add some colors to this. Properties, caption, background color. I'm just adding color for this. So both active and inactive, I'll be using the same color. Okay, now I have done for year. If I want to do it for all the other list box, I don't want to do it for all others, but I can use the same one. Just select this, click on Format Painter as you do it in Paint, just paste it here. Okay.
Good.
So I don't want to do it in multiple places, right? So this is one of the advantage, and And now I'm going to add another list box which is called as product, because product is going to be a dimension here. Selected product. I'm just placing my product in my left hand side. So based on the n number of dimensions, we can reduce the size. So for time being, I'll just keep it like here. I'm just adding the same color here. Okay. So what to do? Suppose in a real time, you will be adding some background images to this or background templates to this, right? So how to do that? So right click, go to properties, sheet settings, image, change. I can load some logo here or some up. I'm just keeping fill with aspect. Yeah, can you see now?
Yeah, it's very refreshed. Yeah.
Sorry?
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is a kind of template we normally create for each and every application. Okay, because it is like we'll be following some certain, we can follow some certain structure, how to, where our chart should be coming, right? So like this, we'll be defining it here. And here, suppose if you want to take it up to the next sheet also, what will we do? Suppose if I want to add a new sheet here, so it is like, again, I don't want to go and create it here, right? So it is like, again, waste of time for me. Correct? Hello?
Yeah. So, yes.
Yeah. So instead of that, what I am doing is, I have to do a setting in the document level. Here, what I have done is, it is a sheet level setting. Okay. So if I am doing a sheet level setting, that will be applicable only for that particular sheet. Okay.
Okay.
Suppose if I want to do it, if the same template same template has to be replicated in all your sheets, okay, then it is always advisable to have a document level setting. Then go to settings, document properties. You have to change it here. Okay, change. I'll be able to do it here. Now if I'm creating any n number of sheets, it will be visible in all your sheets. Okay? Clear?
Yes.
Fine. Next, another important stuff is, see, I have created the filters here. So suppose if normally the filters which you create in your first page should be in the same place in all your sheets, correct?
Yeah.
So what will you do in your second page now?
Copy paste.
There are two options. I'm just selecting everything, copying and pasting it here. Okay. Will be coming. But suppose if someone comes and say that, no, you have to do some change, put this in a different place, or change the font as, give a name in the capital letter like this. Okay. If you have to do this,
Okay.
and then you have to go and do the changes in all your sheets, correct?
Yeah.
To avoid that, it is always best practice to copy all your objects, press Ctrl C, in a new sheet, right click, there is option called as paste sheet object as link. Okay, I've pasted here. So whatever changes I do here, if I'm adding something here,
Yeah, I got it. Basically, it's a link, and everything is basically in the backend.
it will be applicable in all your sheets.
Yeah, I got it. It's basically in the backend. It's just one object, and it's like the thing. Yeah, continue.
Correct. So this is one advantage with using this object as link. Okay. Now
Okay.
we'll start creating the charts. Okay. First we'll create a bar chart. Right click, new sheet object, click on chart. First I'll create a bar chart. Next, our date here. So based on the date, order date, I'm just going to do some performance here. So now I have to just, I'm just using a function called month year.
Okay.
First we'll do it for year so that we can replicate for drill down also. First I'm creating a for year.
Okay.
I'm just using my formula of sum of sales because sales is my value there. I'm just creating a chart here. So it is just going to give you a sales year wise. Okay. Now I'll explain you how to create a drill down chart here. So what does a drill down chart means? Drill down in the sense it has to be in a hierarchical way. Whereas if I'm from the year, I have to scroll down to quarter, then to month, then week. So this is what a drill down chart do. So here how to create a drill down chart. Go to properties. In the dimension, there's an option called edit groups here. Just click on this, new, and just giving a name for that as period. Here drill down is selected. First I have to select year because it has to be in a hierarchical order. Then I am just adding quarter to that, then month, then I'm adding week. Okay. So these are my fields available. Click on OK. Now I'll remove this and I'm adding my drill down group inside this. Click on apply. Okay. Now you will be able to see a icon like this, which denotes it's a drill down. Okay. Now I'll change my title as period by sales. I don't want to display this number here, so I'm just removing this show. I'm just disabling this show titling, unchecking this, apply. Okay. Now if you want to drill down to this, you can just click on this 2009. You'll be able to go to the quarters of 2009. Then if you are clicking on this, then you'll be able to see that particular July, August, September. Then you can drill down and you can see day wise sales. Okay. Clear?
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. Now I'll do, but sometimes sometimes the end user will be confused. So what all have been selected for that? To make the end user clear, I'm just adding one more object which is called the current selection box. So this will show you what all you have selected here. I've selected 2009 September and quarter 3. So this is the value for that. Okay, and Qlikview, I was saying about it's associative logic, right? Whatever data is related, whatever I've selected will be in green color, and the values associated with that will be in white color, and the values not associated will be in gray color. Okay, this is what the Qlikview associative logic means. Now I've created a bar chart for you, and if you want to add more flavors to this, we'll just try to add more flavors to this chart by giving different colors, multiple colors. To add multiple colors to this, I have to just click on this colors tab, click on multicolored. You'll be able to give multicolor in this. Now the end user will ask, no, I want to show the values on top of this chart, right? So to do that, in your expression, you have to just enable this values on data points. Click on apply. You will be able to see the values here. Okay.
Okay.
And suppose if you want to show this particular value in the vertical order, that is also possible. Whereas in your presentation, you have to just click on this value and data points as vertical. You will be able to show it as vertical. Okay. And suppose if you want to show your chart in horizontal way, then you can show it in horizontal order also, like this. So these are the different ways where we can do this. So this is about
There is almost 1,000 options there. The only way to learn it is actually going and try. There is almost 1,000 options there in that star properties. Okay.
See, it's like n number of objects, n number of options.
And so the only way to learn it is going through that, right? One by one.
It is like more on practice, I would say.
Okay.
So in our real time, whenever on a full entire training, right, we'll be almost exploring all the options here.
Okay.
So how to do that, and we'll see that. Okay. Now I want to see and the top level management, right? They'll be very keen to see only the top products which is selling well, right? Suppose in your company case, you're producing n number of products, right? In insulin, you have n number of options, like some different mg and all, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's okay. We'll take it as empty.
So there might be different products which you are selling. See, the management will be very keen in looking what are the products which are highly selling, which products are not selling, correct? So they will be thinking only in that perspective. Normally it starts from the schooling, right? They will be more concerned either if you are a top scorer or if you are a failure.
Yeah.
If you are an average student, you won't be considered at all.
Yeah.
So in same scenario, this dashboard. So now I'll create a chart top 10 products. Okay. Right click, new sheet object, chart. Same bar chart I'm using. Click on next. I'm just using my product as my dimension. And in the expression I'm using sum of sales. So now this is going to give you all the products, right? So I'm not concerned about all the products. I want to see only the top 10 products. So how do I do that within Qlikview? There is an option called dimension limits here. Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Continue.
So just I'm restricting it to largest 10 values. I'll be able to see the largest 10 values here. Whereas this the long bar is going to be the others. If I don't want to show others, just disable this, click on apply and OK. I want to just, as I did before, I want to just make it in the vertical way, sorry, horizontal. Go to style, keep it as horizontal. So this is what we are doing now. And I'll add some colors to this. So I'll add the values on data points. Clear? And I'm just giving the name as top 10 products here.
Okay.
And suppose, yeah, if you want to see the top 10 products for 2009, you can just select 2009. You'll be able to see the 2009 chart, and this will changing it to 2009. Okay?
Yes, Senthil, I have one doubt here.
Yeah.
Can we navigate from one graph to other? For example, now you have, my requirement is, if I select the 2009, then I'll go to a drill down, which will show me the products and the sale. That's happening. No, see, I want to select two unrelated graphs. Now here the relation is there between the product and the time. But my requirement is, while clicking on this on one dimension, I want to navigate to other dimension, which is totally different, which are not related with this one. Is it possible? Navigations between chart.
Instead of drill down, you're asking, right?
Yeah. Instead of drill down, I want navigation.
Yeah, that can be done. See, we have an option here called cyclic group also. Here I have an option called cyclic group, where I can navigate to multiple objects, multiple products also. So that can be done. That can be done in a single chart. I can make an end user to see different products in a single chart or different dimensions in a single chat. I'll be able to do that.
I think the question is more complex. We'll take it up once you're here, right? Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, we will take up this question once you're here.
Yeah, this can be done. That can be done, no problem. And the next one is, so are you clear with this? Fine with this?
Yes. Yeah.
Fine. Now we'll see how to create a. I'll just take you to show a trend of this particular business. Okay. I'm just going to create a new sheet object chart. So to show a trend, we normally go for a line chart, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we want to show a trend of a business, it is always advisable to have a line chart. Now I've created a line chart here. I've created this. The second one is a line chart, and the third one is a combo chart. So now I've created a line chart. So going next, in the line chart I can use 2 dimensions preferably. So I'm just adding 2 dimensions. One is month and year. I'm just using my sum of sales. Click on OK. And suppose if you want to show it as symbol also, I can use symbols also here. Just finishing it. Clear with this? So this is showing me the trend of my sales. Hello?
Yes.
Sales trend. So it's in 2007 the values the data starts from the April month only, so it is starting here, and whereas in my 2009, when compared to 2009, I have a very good sales in 2010. So that is what this graph is saying me. Clear?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we'll see some tables or yeah. And one more thing with objects. Sorry. Yeah. Now what I'll do is I'll just create another object which is called a button. Or first we'll create a text object. Suppose if you want to write any text, right? You can write it here. You can write a company name, something, or anything you want. So this can be used as a text box to display your chat, to display your text, as well as you can write your formulas also. You can write your expressions also here. So that is going to give me my value. So this text object is used for both the ways. And apart from that, I'll create another button. The use of this button is, suppose if I want to navigate from one sheet to another, right? I'll be able to navigate here itself. And I forgot to say one thing. Whenever you create a sheet, okay, if you go to properties, you'll be able to see one ID here, FH01. Okay, this is called as sheet ID. For each and every sheet, you will be having ID. Not only for sheet, for every object. Nowadays, SS02. Like this, you will be having for all your sheets. And for list boxes, it will be in the name of LB. If you go to this, you can see LB here. And for chart, it will start with CH.
Okay.
Okay, this is the name for that particular object, which Qlikview automatically gives it. Okay, this will be useful.
Yeah. Tell me come to the relevance here, please.
This will be useful when, suppose if I am in this particular place, right? Suppose if I am in 8th sheet and I want to go to the first sheet. So how will I go there? In real time, what we will do is we'll just hide all these tabs like this. It will be like, go to sheet objects, hide tab row. We'll hide all these tabs. Now if you see, you will not be able to see any sheets, right? Any tabs here.
Okay.
To make it, yeah, in that kind of scenario, we'll be using this kind of buttons. So I'll right click new sheet object, button, and just, sorry?
I don't want to hide all the sheet. I want to hide a particular sheet.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
can be
possible?
done. Yeah, that is possible. I'll show you how. First, I'll just complete this button option. Okay.
Sure.
Just click on this apply, and I have to give an action for this. Action. Click on add. Layout. Activate sheet. So this is going to activate my sheet. SH01. Apply. Okay. So if I'm clicking on here, I'll be navigating to first sheet. Okay. And you are asking, right? Suppose if I don't want to, if you don't want to show this particular sheet, there is an option. Right click, go to properties. This is a sheet properties. There's an option called conditional here. You can write your condition like 1 equal to 0 or some conditions which is false. So you will not be able to see that chart, see that sheet. Okay.
But using the button, I can navigate here.
Sorry?
Using that button, if I point that button to this particular sheet. See, my basic requirement is if suppose I want that this particular sheet will come only when I press this button. Is it possible?
Yeah, that can be done. That can be done. That can be done. Hello?
Senthil, can't we use a variable to do that?
No, we can use a variable. We can use this also. This is also used. By using this also we can use. See, if you are using n number of sheets to hide and open, right? Then it is always advisable to have a variable. Like we used to have a variable like v set equal to 1 or 0. By clicking on this, it will activate that. By closing that, it will be activating this. So that is all.
We'll get into that during the call. That's okay. You can continue. Let's get more. Let's get the customer table also. Let's work on multiple tables.
Yeah, correct. Now I will just load another table which is called employee now. Okay. I'm just loading a table called employee. Here I have EMP ID and employee name. I'm just loading it now. I'm just giving the name as employee details. Okay. And if there is a space in between both if there is a space in between the name, then it's a practice. It should be in a square bracket. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saving my file and I'm reloading my file now. Now I have two tables in my application. To see that, I'm just going to table viewer. I'll be able to see two tables now. But both the tables are not linked with each other or associated with each other. But we have to associate it, right? So how do I do that here? So now I have to see which is the common column name here. Here I have EMP ID, here I have employee ID. Either I have to rename in any one of the table. Okay. So to do that, I'm just going back to my unit script.
Is there any way, Senthil, is there any way in letting system know that EMP ID is the foreign key reference without renaming?
No.
Same name is the only way.
Yeah.
But so if there is two columns with the same name, when I load it, I make sure that if it's not the foreign key reference, I got to change the name, right?
Yeah, we can change it.
Okay, so it's always so that will be a small problem in an enterprise architecture, right? To make sure that the table names are always right.
Correct. So if it is going to be a structured database, right, then it should not be a problem.
It is a structured database, but when we name it, we'll keep some naming convention at the start of the project. So, yeah, continue.
No. It is always advisable to have a naming practice, which I'll explain it. I'll be explaining it. Okay. So here I have employee ID. I've changed this EMP ID as the employee ID. Yeah, I'm just using a keyword called as. I'm just saving my file. If you see here, this will show us keys as 0. And here also it will show us key as 0 because it is not having any key related. Now I'm just reloading my file. Now if you go to table viewer and see, it automatically now it is joined with both the tables. Okay, based on the common column name. Now what I'll do is I'll just load another table which is called a customer table. Table files. Here I'm loading the customer data, which is having n number of data. I'm just finishing it. I'm giving the name as customer details. Okay. I'm just saving my file. I have saved my file. Now, if you see this, you can see the table which is linked to each other, right?
Yes.
So this automatically, because it is happening because of this customer ID.
Okay. Okay.
Now we can start adding our customer data also here.
One point before it. Okay. If I want to do just one point before we get there. If doing the load, if I want to do a product name map, okay, I want to click a product, make a product category based on the product, click by referring to an external table. Is it possible?
Referring to a?
This is what I want. If the product name is cap, it goes to apparel, bow tie apparel, bike helmet, bike accessories. I want to create a new column in that section to understand what kind of a product.
That can be done. See, like you are saying, like suppose if I have a product here,
I want to categorize the product
here. Yeah, I can write if condition here. If product is equal to some.
Oh, no, not equal to if condition. Is it possible to do a lookup reference somehow?
Yeah, that is also possible using our Excel table or some. We'll add some dummy table and we'll be able to map that also.
Oh, basically it will become like a subquery in SQL.
Yeah, in that you do a subquery, right? Like this, we can create a business table inside this, and we can easily map it.
Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah.
Now we have 3 tables for this. Now we'll try to create another chart with the pie chart based on the customer country wise sales. Okay. Go click on new sheet object chart, pie chart. Click on next. Customer country. Here I am using sum of sales. Okay. So this is going to give this one like this. If I want to show it in the percentage, so I can just make it as relative. Just click on value on data points. It will show it in the percentage. And if you want to show here also top 10 product, top 10 country, you can define it here. Show only top 10 countries. Okay. So this is going to show me the contribution of top 10 countries.
Okay.
Okay. Top 10 customer contributions in country wise.
But this pie will not sum up to 100, right? The others.
No, this will not sum. Okay. Because I have given it as top 10, right?
Oh yeah, right. So that's what I'm okay. Fine. Cool.
So just to explain that I have done, but it is always not a best practice to use a dimension limit in a pie chart. Okay?
Yeah.
Because it won't give you the sum up, right? No,
Yeah.
it is giving me a sum.
It defeats the whole purpose of a pie chart being the full pie being full part. Oh yeah, that's okay. These are all
coming.
Developers and business analysts. That's all right. We are looking more from tech from here. Yeah.
Fine. So this is what about the chart wise what all we can do it in this. And coming to the table, if I want to create a table, that also can be done in Qlikview. I have 2 tables, which is a pivot table and a straight table. First I'll create a pivot table and show you how it is happening. First I'm adding year, quarter, month. Next I'm using sum of sales here. So the advantage of using a pie chart is it will just group it and show it for you. So like this, it will group the value and it will show you. Okay. If you want to expand this 2007, then you can click on this and you can expand as we normally do it in our Excel. Okay. Fine.
Yes, we are good.
Yeah, and here with one advantage with this pivot chart is I'll be able to show some partial sums. So year-wise how it was performing, quarter-wise how it is performing. The partial sum can be shown to the end users like this.
Sorry, I don't know.
Partial sum.
Okay.
For this
Okay.
particular 3 months how it is performing, or for that particular quarter how it is performing, like that we can do that. Whereas this particular same option is not available in a straight table. So click on chart and we're creating a new straight table, the same values, year, quarter, month. So your straight table will be like this, whereas this is the difference between a straight table and a pivot table. Okay, here it will group it and show it to you. Here it will be like all the data will be visible. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I'll show you how to connect with the Access database. Okay.
Okay. Just before that, if we were actually in a server setup, okay, we would have the development would have been exactly the same, right?
Yeah, it's same. It's same. No change in that.
Okay, but let's do one thing. Access could be a server database as well, right? So you will connect to Access using ODBC.
Yeah, I'll connect using ODBC as well as OLDB.
Okay, so ODBC connection, can you just in like 2 or 5 minutes, can you just explain us if it was a server setup, how would you deploy it? Just to show that, just
Yeah.
like explain us. You'll not be able to show it because we don't have a server setup. But if you can show it,
ODBC, yeah, I have to just select this ODBC option here. Just click on connect. Okay. Here, if my DSN is already created, then it will show like this. If my DSN is not created, then I have to go to
that's fine. No, this is all fine. This is anyway connection, and then you start loading table from there.
correct.
Well, once you have your, so you are connected to the DB using a particular username, right?
Yeah, I'll be, suppose if I'm connecting with this database, right? I'm just giving the name as admin. I don't have password, I'm just testing my connection. Connection test succeeded. So this is the same practice which we do it in our server.
So production also will deploy basically at the backend initial connection to the database will be as admin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically you create one user for this. Okay, good. That's
So once this is done, a connection string will be formed here. So once the connection string is done, then we'll be start loading our application. Okay.
okay.
It's same. There is no difference between connecting with the data in the server or in the normal machine. It's very
all this we deploy what file in server? QVW, right?
yeah.
QVW.
So, see, yeah, this is how it will be. Once if I connected with my database, right, it will just show you this. So what are the tables available? What are the views? What are the synonyms? What are the alias used? Everything. So now if I want to see only the tables, I can just select tables. So these are the tables available. I can just select whatever I want here. These are the column names. I can just keep on adding it here. Now I'm loading my order details table. Just click on this. So there is no difference between using it in your real time or if you're working on a local machine also, you will be following the same practices as we do it in the server. Okay.
Okay. So basically, creating the report is going to be exactly the same. Yeah.
Correct. So there won't be any difference in that. Okay. So this is how we do it, and before it is getting loaded, I'll just take you to another examples.
Just one more point, just to make sure that during the process of development, since every time we do we don't want a system to completely load all the records. Is there a restriction where we can say that just load 100 records or something?
Yeah, that is there. I'll show you that. See, that's what the reason why we go for that kind of scenario is, suppose if you want to make sure that, suppose if I would have done n number of changes in my application, correct, and if you want to debug your application by loading a limited load, okay, then that particular option is also available within Qlikview, which is called as a limited load option. Okay, I can restrict the system to load only 100 records, 200 records, 500 records. You can limit your system to load only that much records from the database.
Okay.
Okay. So you're clear with till whatever you have seen, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Now I'll just take you to some advanced concepts of Qlikview. Okay. But for that I have some dummy data. I'll just close this file and I'll use the different files for that. Okay. I have made something ready for you to show how it is going to work. Okay. Which is called as an apply map. Okay. This is one of the important scripting concept within Qlikview. So the use of this apply map is, in real time, what it will happen is, you told me to map some value with that, right?
Yeah.
Remember? You will be giving me ID, and I have to map that ID with a table, with a name for that. Correct.
Okay.
So in this kind of scenario, this mapping load will be helpful for that. Okay? Like a lookup or something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we normally do a lookup in Excel, right? We do a apply map in Qlikview. Okay.
Okay.
So normally to do that, a mapping table is loaded. To do a mapping load, there should be only two columns in a table. One is going to be your corresponding ID and the name for that ID, name for that column. Here, what I have given is adult category, the price is 10. For child category, it is 5, like that. I have defined a table. Okay.
Okay.
And now here I have just given a name as as student, David as adult, some name I have given. Now I am just going to correlate both the tables. Okay. How do I do that? So that is the reason. See here, I have just loaded name class from this table, and I used apply map. Okay. Apply map is a function which is similar to lookup.
Okay.
And here I have given map price, right? Okay. This particular map price is the column name, is the table name here, mapping table name. Okay. This is the reason why I told you that it is always a best practice to give a table name. Okay. So because I'll be referring it using a table name only. I'm just referring it to a table name as class as ticket price. So my file will be looking into this. If my name matches with that, I'll get the price of that. Okay. If Anne is a student, then it will show us 6. If Keith is a child, it will show me 5. Okay. Now I'll show how it is working. I'm just reloading it. I've done my going to table object, table box. I'm just loading my columns. So these are the columns which I need. If you see here, you can see adult has this. I have able to map both the tables using this lookup. Clear?
Okay. Yeah, got it.
And sometimes there might be a scenario where you will be having a not applicable, right? Here, suppose if I am giving a value as infant, and I don't have a value for infant here, correct?
Yeah.
In that kind of scenario, let us see how it is working. I am just saving and reloading my file. It will show us infant directly. If you don't want to show us infant, in Excel what we do it as, normally we show it as not applicable, right? Like that, here also we give a not applicable here, or unavailable, or anything we can give. I'm just giving it as NA, saving my file and reloading my file. Now you will be seeing a not applicable function here.
Can you just share this piece of code with us?
Yeah, I'll do that. This particular code?
This particular code, at the end of the presentation, if you can share this code, all the QVD files that you have, and the PPT
Okay.
presentation on the
Ah,
just the,
okay.
yeah, so that even I can try a little bit with the sales data, right?
Always welcome. No problem. I'll do that. Fine. Now this is one of the option. Now I'll just create another file which we call it as an interval match. Okay. This interval match we use it in our real time for example. This is going to help you a lot in your sales. I don't know. Well, coincidentally it happened. I guess I was having all the sales data. See here, I have two tables. One is called performance table, and one is actual sales table. Okay, and I have given a slab. If a person is if is between 0 to 20, then it is poor. If it's between 21 to 30, then it is fair and everything. And I have the values for that also, like 40 Hendrik, 89 Gerard, everything. Okay. Now I'm just going to interrelate both this table. Interval match calls. Calls is going to be this particular column. Okay, I'm just going to match this particular column with these two columns.
Okay.
Clear? Now I'm just going to do this. I'm just sharing my file.
Neutral match and map. Both of them is done.
Now I've reloaded my file. If you want to see in a table box, see, this guy has done 11 calls, and this 11 calls falls it between 0 to 20, so his performance is poor. Okay?
Okay.
So this is one basic example of interval match.
Yeah,
So this-
just one point here, okay.
Yeah.
In our system, we would get something like this, okay. So how do I put in a simple term? So imagine you have an organization with 10 employees,
Mm-hmm.
and two of them have taken leave for the whole of the month, okay.
Okay.
So the employee strength for the month is 8,
Okay.
and they would have applied leave from 1st of Jan to 30th of Jan, this
Okay.
2015. Okay. Now I need to capture this data into your system. Basically, this is a dynamic data. So I have applied leave for 1st of Jan to 31st of Jan. Two of them have applied. So I have to capture I have to have this data in the system, which is that my organization Jan, how many employees were present, Feb, how many employees were present. Okay. So in that case, what do? We should load table which will load the data only once in a month and keep it, right?
Yeah, see, there are different ways where we can do that. Suppose if your data is going to be keep on increasing daily, okay, then we can go for incremental load, because this attendance table and all is not huge data, right? So it's going to it will be like very minimal data. Where this kind of data can be loaded daily. If you have a very huge data of around, consider if you have around 10 lakh records or 20 lakh records pumping in, then in that kind of scenario, I'll go for incremental load.
No. The problem is not daily load and incremental load. What I want is so the rule gets little complex. How do I put it?
Whatever you told, right? That can be done using a set analysis within Qlikview. We have an option for that also. That can be implemented using set analysis.
But I want Qlikview to store the data for Jan separately, and for example for Jan, this is the data, Qlikview stores it. Next time, Feb, Qlikview stores it.
I'll show you that. I'll show you that. I'll show you through that a small example. Okay. See, this particular table is having the data for all the countries, right? Okay.
Sorry, I think screen is not yet refreshed.
Okay. I have taken the old file.
Okay.
See here, I have the data for all the countries, right?
Okay.
But if you want to see only for a specific country without selecting that can also be done. Okay, using set analysis, which is like I'll be writing like this: sum of sales Okay, followed by, this is a bit complex kind of queries where I'll be able to explain in the later stages. Okay,
Okay.
so here I have given customer country. Yeah, customer country equal to, if I want to restrict with only Austria, okay, I'll be able to show only for Austria. So this is the entire sales for Austria. So I can break down to the nth level also.
Okay. I
So
get it. I get it.
whatever you're
Yeah,
asking can be done using this.
Okay.
Okay. And coming to the next important stuff which the company will be using it, right? It is called section access, which is called which is used for your security purpose. Okay. Now I'll take you to an example of that. So this section access is useful in a larger organization where you want to restrict your data, such as, suppose if you don't want the other person, the Africa guys, to see the data of Europe or India data, then you will be using section access here. Okay. So I'll say what are the prerequisite to do a section access. In the settings, document properties, in the opening tab, there is an option called strict initial data reduction based on section access. This has to be enabled. Strict exclusion has to be enabled, and prohibit binary load has to be enabled. Then I'm just clicking on apply. Okay. Just go to your edit script. This is the syntax for that. What I'm doing is I have mentioning it as access, whether it is a admin or a user. I'm just giving the names as admin, user 1, user 2, user 3, and the password also I'm giving. I'm telling that which region he belongs to. Okay, this user 1 belongs to Africa, user 2 belongs to America, like this. And I have a data also for that. Africa is 1000, America is 2000, Asia 3000, like this. Now consider we'll log in one by one. I'll just save my file as demo section access. Okay, I'm reloading my file. I'll just create a table box and I'll load both the columns here. Now you'll be able to see all the data, right? I'll log in as user 1 U1. Okay, so that I'll be able to see only the Africa data. We'll see how it is working. I'm just saving my file, closing the application. Entire application has to be, because it is if it is in the server, it will be working properly, but as it is in the local machine, I'm just closing my entire applications. Okay, I'm just opening the file. Whenever I'm opening, it will ask for the username and the password here. Okay, I'm just giving it as user 1. My password is U1. I'll be able to see only Africa data. Clear?
Okay.
Suppose if you are logging in as an admin, what is the password for admin? I don't remember. It's admin, right? Suppose if you're a company, company CEO is logging, then that scenario, then all the data should be visible for him, right? So he is logging in as admin. Consider admin. I am giving the password as admin. I'll be able to see all the data here. Okay. So these are the ways I can restrict the users.
Can we have a hierarchy?
Yeah, we can define a hierarchy also.
So that the manager sees the team's data, his manager sees the.
Yeah, that can be done. In Qlikview, we have a separate function called a hierarchy, and using that hierarchy, we will be able to define what is happening. Okay, this is what all about the. Sorry.
Sir, you cover that hierarchy part in the training.
Yeah, that will be covered. That will be covered. No worries.
And you are fine with having a training with a lot of interactions, right?
See, that is, I'll be more happy to do that.
Okay, cool. You must someone with that. We'll ask questions, and yes, I don't think you'll have any problems answering a question. Okay.
No, it should not be like, as I've been working with industrial experience, right? Then there is no point in dealing with the technology in the industry for the past 5 years, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I'll just take you through a basic in the entire training session. What I will be teaching, I'll just show you what I'll be teaching, and by the end of the 3-day training, what your entire team will be doing it. I'll just show you a sample of that.
Just one point. With that, we'll conclude because I have got another call to end at 7.
Yeah. I'll not take more than 3 minutes.
Oh, great.
So I'll be coming up with a set of data, and as a prerequisite, I'll share only the data with your team members, so that your team member will be creating a dashboard like this.
Okay.
So this will be having all the functionalities which Qlikview has.
Okay.
Analysis, reports. You can add a bookmark, reports here, associations, how it is happening, different types of gate charts. What are the other charts you can build using Qlikview, and other representations. Okay, and set analysis, point in reporting. So this is like very important for your team members, I guess. So like using this YTD value and MTD value, will be performing the scenarios. Sorry?
I'm saying YTD values and aggregation is very important for us.
Yeah, that's what. So using these YTD values, considering from this YTD, last YTD, MTD, last MTD. So all these data will be seeing it in my training session. So this, by the end of the 3rd day, right, in each and every one's machine, they would have created application which is very similar to this.
Oh.
So this is what my training, I'll be taking it through an entire training based on this particular data. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, are you comfortable, Rian and Madhu?
Yes.
Fine, great. Any other questions?
No, we are good.